Support for 100 Watts in a Wire is provided by Bioenno Power. If you're looking for a power solution, check out Bioenno Power, offering the best performance lithium phosphate batteries for your ham radios. Visit bioennopower.com. That's BIOENNOPOWER.com or contact dealers nationwide. LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. An LDG desktop tuner works automatically with nearly any station up to 1,000 watts. LDG Zero Power tuners are ideal for portable or mobile use, as they consume almost no current and can be powered by internal batteries that last up to a year. LDG tuners are backed by our 2-year fully transferable warranty and our legendary customer service, the best in the industry. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
And now, from Grid Square Echo Mike 48, this is 100 Watts and a Wire.
Well, hello everyone. Hello and hello. This is 100 Watts and a Wire, episode 317, the Fallout Debrief. And good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on when you watch or listen to this. It's the 100 Watts and a Wire podcast. We are streaming live now. We stream the podcast as we record it live to YouTube. Here he is, Sidecar Steve, for your viewing pleasure. The ladies make sure that they're like, where's Sidecar Steve? He's going to wear the plaid thing, you know?
Yeah, it's fall, so we're kind of transitioning into fall weather and fall fashion.
Yeah, for sure. You got Mickey Maliki Hockey or whatever that usually you're doing your Hawaiian outfit. Tonight
we'll wait till December. We'll redo it then.
We got a lot of
back.
Yeah, you're going back. That's a big story. I guess we get to go on vacation for a little bit. Did your wife know that I'm going to get in the bag this time? It's just a big... She'll be like, what are you taking? It seems so heavy. That's a very strange bag. That's a damn body bag. Oh, well, you know. What are you up to?
Body bag is moving. What's going on here?
What are you guys up to? Hello, everyone. We want to say hello to our friends on Discord. We may try to take some calls tonight. If not part of the show, we'll do it. We'll try to do it in the post-show air check. That's when Steve and I will go and do ham radio tonight. And, man, we had the Fallout this weekend. Interesting. Life will take you in different directions on different parts of the day. I was in and out today, but there was some action going on. And, boy, oh, boy. The Pennsylvania QSO party is probably as many stations as I've heard in a long time. My God, it was just PA QSO party.
Yeah, it was busy. Very busy.
Everywhere. We've got our net going on in real time tonight. We record the show, the podcast, on Sunday. It is live streamed. Simultaneously, we have our net. But tonight's a little special because we're doing HF Net. We're on 20 meters right now, and you can look for us. I didn't get a chance to post it up, but we're on 14268. You can listen for Don Kilo Charlie 0 Delta Whiskey Zulu, and the man of the hour. There he is. I heard him today, in fact, calling for the Fallout. He just returned from a camping trip. We're talking about Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul was on the road promoting Uncle Paul's Nuts. And he did a little bit of work when he got back home to Toms River, New Jersey, tonight. And he kept saying, you know, I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. I've been out. I've been camping ever since. I heard him. I got to work, listen to him. And he said, but pulling behind the RV, it's a lot of extra work for him, so he's like, I'm super tired. And it was around lunchtime, and he's talking on the air, and next thing you know, he's like, I'm a bonus station, I'm worth 500 points. And I was like, damn, I was like, get this microphone.
Holy smokes.
500 points. But you came up with a good equation for that. What was it?
Yep, 250 a stone.
250 a stone for Uncle Paul. Yeah, he's dragging about 1,200 watts tonight. He's back to the home station, and he's on the air. But he's not the only one, Steve. This might be the first time ever.
There's more.
But there's more. When you sign up now let's see, where do we want to go next? We'll go look at this.
For a small shipping and handling fee, you get
FT8 tonight. 100 watts in a wire is trying its hand at FT8. And this is Kilo 9 Lima Romeo Golf. He is working his station. He's not too far from me. He's just across the bridge in Illinois. Beautiful shop there. In the background, our podcast listeners, I will describe this for you. He's working FT8. And check on NetLogger, you guys. When we do this on Sundays, check on NetLogger because most everything is there. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
There's Don, Kilo Charlie 0 Delta Whiskey Zulu. He's working on 20 meters tonight. He's rocking it out in Minnesota. So welcome to our net control operators. And those guys are running 100 watt stations. And Steve, they're talking about, I'd like to do the net control thing. And we're like, well, come on. And they're like, but I'm only 100 watts. And it's like,
so?
Yeah, like, and what? Come on.
So?
Come on, you get in there. Get yourself in there. So tonight we've got good representation for the next.
This is awesome.
The next hour they can run as long as they want to. I don't know how long FT8 can go or how long 20 meters will hold up. We're getting closer now to where it starts to fade out a little bit, and we'll see. At 40 meters is usually there. We know Uncle Paul will be there for the next hour. And then you and I, once this show ends, we will go and do our post-show air check. And that just means that Steve and I will work together. We'll take calls together and work some folks. Did you have fun this weekend, man? Did you have some fun?
Oh, yeah. It was a blast. It was just a blast. Friday night was just incredible. I just figured, we'll just throw out a few contacts, and then it just went. It was kind of mayhem. It just went crazy, and really enjoy it. See Marty tried for a half an hour, couldn't get in, couldn't bust a pilot. Sorry, Marty. It was pretty wild. So it was a fun time on Friday night.
I heard you, and the buzz on the Discord, and I'll put it's in the chat room here. And friends, if you're listening to the podcast like many people do, they love the fact that they can take this audio with them and do whatever they do, and I love that because that's how it was intended to be. However, if you get home and you wanted to discover the Discord channel, the description here on YouTube, it has all these places to go where you can find our Discord. For our friends that are watching us now in real time as we produce the podcast, I'll put it in the chat for you, but there's always a buzz. Steve is on, right? There's this buzz. Steve's on. Sidecar Steve. And I just chuckle, and I'm like, is he on? Is he on? Because,
yeah, you were a little confused there Friday night.
I was like, is he on doing the thing? And you were like, yep. And because you like to open it up. This is the thing. Steve opens it up. He's not like a wham bam thank you man. He's long time. He is Barry White of ham radio. He's getting it all together.
Well,
minus that, all the other things that Barry White had. I guess I just say you take your time with the QSOs, right? So I turned it on, and I heard you talking, and I'm like, okay, cool. He's doing, what Steve does. He knows when the graduations are. He's going to get a ticket. He's coming to visit. I'm like, okay. So I sent him a text. I'm like, are you falling out? Doing it? He's like, yep. He signs with the station. And it's like 6 3 Zulu, it's just tearing it up. I was like, holy
one
cat.
Other problem that happened was, so when I got out here, I saw Don in the tent, and so I went and worked him, and then that just created confusion. Oh, there's Sidecar Steve, and it's like, whoa, it's not my frequency. I'm moving. Let me find another spot. So that created a little bit of a little confusion in the beginning there. But
Don from DVG, W3DVG, and he was a bonus station. So you ran into 10 points working on one frequency. That is fun. And he's with us for hour 73, and so Don that way. We have a different Don tonight running on 20 meters. I wish I could post them up, but you guys can kind of spot yourselves or spot them up and let them know where they are. That would be great. We never know. Some people ask, but where are you? It'll be 3 in the afternoon. What frequency? We just don't have it like that. We don't have one that we struggle and put a flag in and fight for when, hey, we're having a net here in 35 minutes. We go where it's open.
And then you run into, nets or gatherings that, we've been here for the last 45 years. And like, okay, sorry.
We always move. We always move.
It's just easier to move, spin the dial, and find another spot, and then just deal with it. And it works out pretty good. Every now and then we get a little consternation, but hey, it's ham radio. So.
Yeah. Well, now that the fallout is over, we thank everyone who participated, and it is time now, between now and, say, Friday, to get your totals in. Send them in. Go to 100wattsinawire.com, click on operating events, and this is the portion where you will scroll down and enter. If you did make 25 contact points, you qualify for the random drawing. The prizes are listed there. Thank you to MFJ, Power Film Solar, Nuts and Bolts Magazine, ABR Industries, LDG Electronics, CQ Magazine, BioNO Power, and NI4L for donating these great prizes. I'm very fortunate to, I just say, would you like to? And they're like, yep. And it's very nice. And it's you can expect, if you are pulled from the random drawing, Steve and I will announce your names and your call sign next on the next show. But the dealers and the businesses will send these prizes to you directly. But when you go into the website, click on operating events, scroll down, and you'll be able to get the form. It's very simple. I don't give your information to anybody except if you're pulled and we give it to the distributor or whoever. I give it to MFJ to mail you the package. Very simple. It's not a contest. Several people asked me, how should I export the log? And I'm like, oh, no, that's a whole different thing. That's a lot more work for everybody. So we are not a contest. Call sign, email address.
Then you gotta do verify, and it's like that's way too much work. It's just it defeats the whole purpose. We have enough contests in the hobby.
For sure.
We got more than enough. But we don't have enough operating events. We're just get out there and operate. Now, we have special event stations that the 13 colonies, Route 66, a number of them that go on year in. So it's just nice to have an operating event where just go out and just have some fun and get on the radio and do ham radio.
Ham radio.
Yep.
We do ham radio. We're going to do it again tonight. They're playing my song. Don't you know any other goddamn tune? That seems to be the only one. The immortal Chris Farley. Thank you very much. Steve, I want to say a special thank you came through today. Scott Kilo Delta 5, Papa Charlie Kilo became a new member, and he went to Buy Me a Coffee. This is let's see if I can get that up there. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't want to work for me. Buy Me a Coffee is this really... I moved away from Patreon because Patreon was taking up to 12% of any donations that were coming in. They made people sign up for an account. It just was kind of a pain. It was a long-term commitment. This is as simple. This is very much like a tip jar. And thanks to Scott, he went in and became a member, and a sustaining member in our program gets you discounts to participating businesses, like all the ones who were mentioned here today giving prizes. So thank you, Scott. Appreciate you very much for that. And if I can figure out the way to get that up on the screen. But Buy Me a Coffee is an interesting, no-commitment way. Like, you can just say, I'll give you $3 for a cup of coffee, brother, and you're in and out. There's no commitments. And I like that for you guys very much. Okay. So I got on the air on Friday. I had quite a bit of drama. But, let me start off first. I did ask our community a little bit about what kind of antennas, and then I'll ask you what you used, and we can talk about what I used as well. And I asked the community on Facebook, Zuckerberg's crazy, wacky, wackadoodle space. This is why Discord has become a thing for us, because I don't know what he's doing up there. You know when he went off, let me get back here. You know when Zuckerberg went off, you wouldn't know this because you were already not playing the game with Zuckerberg. Steve doesn't do Facebook. He does Discord. For some reason, he likes the Discord, and I like Discord more because he likes it. Anyway, Zuckerberg and earlier, like last week, it was like Monday or something like that, they were off they couldn't get to Facebook. This is because they got a whistleblower came forward and talked about their practices, blah, 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 their algorithm and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, he was off for like 6 hours, and it was billions of dollars. He lost billions of dollars. I don't know that I want to be so big that if we go down for 6 hours, we lose billions.
Mm-hmm.
What? I mean, so I love the fact that we do have, a place where our community can come together on his platform. But sweet Jesus, that was like 6 hours he was off. I'm sure they were cleaning up the mess for whatever was happening with this whistleblower.
The conspiracy stories are going around back and forth, and it's just unbelievable. So I'm going to tend to believe more on they did a configuration change, and it kind of went sideways, and it was they couldn't recover from it fairly quickly. And they rely on a system that's supposed to oversee what they're doing and not let the operator make those errors, but that didn't work. And then when they made physical access to their data center to try to mitigate it, they couldn't get into it. So I mean, it was compounded. And at the same time, there was the whistleblower testifying in Congress, and so it's like, well, who knows?
Right. I'm spotting right now. I'm getting ready to spot. I think I'm going to spot if it'll connect for me. Oh, I have a weird issue tonight. I hope the guys are actually working it out, but we're going to continue. Spot each other, guys. Put the frequency on. Don's on 14268. Uncle Paul 7219. We're running on FT8. You can find all of this stuff on NetLogger, so check it out. Steve and I just have our hands full a little bit. But speaking of Zuckerberg and his beautiful platform that we love so much, we get to ask people, so I asked, what are you using? We're starting off, and, what are you planning on using? That kind of deal. So some people chimed in. Christopher said, a do-it-yourself quarter-wave fan vertical 20, 40, and 80. So Christopher was running with that, which is cool.
Nice.
James had a easy military whip. Do you know what that is? I don't know if that's a commercial product or if that's a military whip. Not sure. Our friend Rex, who's a farmer Rex, we've got pastors, at least one pastor that we know. Maybe a deacon or two, but I know we have a pastor.
Yeah, we have one pastor that, is willing to associate himself with us.
Yeah, I mean, he has taken up a cause that is much bigger than he can handle. Oh, I mean, jeez, come on. I mean, us? Like, can you imagine getting that envelope? I picture, like, God or somebody sending him a note. I don't know how this works. He's like, Pastor Joe, you're going to have to go down there and deal with these boys because they are a pain. They need to be...
They need help, a lot of help.
He's picked it up. We have a pastor. We also have a farmer. And if you go to the playback, our friends listening to the podcast, you go back, look at Rex's picture. He's got his truck out there, and he's got his solar panels out, and he's got his Chameleon MCOM P3. We got a pastor, and we got a farmer. Thank you for that. And thank you for the food, Rex. He's a Missouri farmer, actually. Not too far from me to my west. Ron, he had an Alpha FMJ. I'm not sure. Oh, that's the Full Metal Jacket. I actually have that antenna. The Alpha antenna. Full Metal Jacket. Got it? That's nice. The one, Steve, with the 13-foot whip.
Oh, okay.
That goes up. Pedro, no portable antennas here, and I let Pedro know that's okay. You can work from your base station anytime during the tune-up or the fallout. And there was a little bit, not too much of a scuffle today. Every now and again, we'll get a new member on Facebook, and they'll challenge us. And I know I was here while it happened. I'll tell that story in a second. Adam, he did a homebrew end-fed half-wave. Another, Chris is another NFED half wave with a little spark plug, 49-1 balun, and a mag loop antenna. We'll be testing 2 as well. So that's cool. We're getting some of these portable rigs out here. Mike went out and did the MFJ 1982 MP NFED half wave from 80 to 10 meters. I'd love to see how they work. We need to get some reports on these NFEDs because I'm so skeptical, not of the antenna itself, but like 80 meters on an NFED. I really want to know how that works out. Let us know. Dan, with the Wolf River coil, that's something, a platinum. That sounds like that's the highest level that Wolf River coil would make.
Those are amazing coils.
We need them.
With a whip antenna, you just go to town. And I've heard nothing but good reports about that.
Yeah.
Antenna.
Always. I've never heard anybody say anything about the Wolf River coil in a negative way, and that's great. Great for them.
And they hold up like at 70 miles an hour because truck drivers use them.
It's amazing. I mean, that's crazy. I'd like to have one. Maybe we could test it and try it out and see what it'll do. Philip uses a buddy pole. Okay, that's very cool. Our friend Ian, who's studying CW right now, he's using a buddy stick and his KX2. He's going on vacation this weekend, and we'll do it as time permits. One more answer down here I didn't open. Kirby, what's Kirby? He's doing a PAC 10, a 9-1, or a WRC on a mag mount if he's operating in the car. So there you go.
Sweet.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm glad you guys are participating, getting out there and being portable even. You know what they do sometimes, Steve, these guys are doing that. Parks on the Air has become such a success.
Oh, yeah.
They double dip. They're double dipping. And that's okay. That's totally fine. It's totally cool. I think it's cool when you hear them parking and fallout. Any opportunity to, any excuse to give you an opportunity to make some contacts or just explain what the fallout is. Many people really, really good at talking about the community and what it is we do and all that sort of stuff. So we appreciate that. I did go out now. I went out in the old wooden shed I guess this was Friday, and I did a video of this. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I was in the dark. For you friends that are listening, just don't close your eyes now. I'm just going to make an example. You might be driving. But I'm showing now. I had a camera behind me in the old wooden shed. There's a window in front of me. Complete darkness. It was dark. I don't know what this will sound like, but here's my audio from that. Just let me typing away. No Wi-Fi. I had it just for 33 minutes. Streams broke. No, he's good now. He's way up. It sounds like Paul, actually. That is Paul.
That's what it sounds like, yeah. It is Paul.
He's talking to me. There you go. That's ironic. It's so dark. I had 3 lanterns going. Battery on the computer.
I will be on Sunday from the house, same time, same bad station, same bad frequency.
I remember hearing that.
A little light over there. It's flickering. Thanks for coming by, guys. Just doing this because it's fun to stream it out, but N2HYGK0STH. Well, I'm glad that you had a good time, and you guys are having fun. Have a safe trip back there. Uncle Paul will be listening for you tomorrow. Tomorrow evening we'll be in and out. We'll be trying to do something. We have our annual bonfire tomorrow, so we'll be doing that. Traditionally, this time of year is iffy with weather. We can be anyway. You
warm
can
like
see
we are today. We actually got up to about 82 today.
It was a little frustrating because my
Really
Wi-Fi was just crap. It was off. It was doing the spin of death. And I was like, okay. But
Yeah.
I was making some contacts, though. And that's me with old Uncle Paul and his nuts on the road promoting Uncle Paul's nuts. So there you go. And then speaking of the man, he does not, I don't think they even know that this is a show. I don't know what he thinks this is, but the things that I have said, I would expect like a written letter asking for like an apology. Like, hey man, that one episode, like 315, 16, and 17. What's the deal and the fascination with my nuts? But
I think you need to compensate me for it.
I'm gonna get.
I almost went down the wrong road.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Jesus.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I think he did want. He wants more compensation. I think he wants a licensing agreement to talk about his
royalties.
big signal, so to speak.
Yeah.
Let's
you were
do
going to
it.
mention something about new folks in Facebook, and
Oh yeah.
little
I tell you a little story. It wasn't a deal. If you go there now, you'll see it. It was a little bit of. It's just one of those things. I think people come to 100 watts and wire, and they expect, and we hear them on the air too, and they're like, "Oh, are you running power?" And then it's like you piss them off, and so they don't know really the seed of 100 watts and a wire as a show. That's how we start out. A lot of us start out. You may start out at a bigger station. You may start out with a peanut whistle. For me, 100 watts, wire, antenna, and a tree, and then we just kind of go on from there. But anyway, a new guy came in. He worked Paul this afternoon. I heard it. I was listening to Paul run today. That's how I knew he said he was worth 500 points. It was great. He was worth 5 points. I'm like, whoa. Anyway, and this man worked him, and then he went to Facebook. I guess he heard about the event but he just felt that the event was about what you could do with 100 watts. And I just let it roll, and people were like, you can do a lot with 100. And people were just talking about what you can do, and we know, and that, yep. And then I wrote there, it's just the name of the show. You can run any power you want, to paraphrase what I said. Everybody's welcome. Not everybody can get portable. The idea of the tune-up and the fallout is to try to get outside if you can. But not everybody has a portable rig, and I realize this. So we let everybody in. It's always been that way since the beginning. We won't turn anybody away. That's the whole thing. 5 watts, peanut whistle, 1,500 watts, it's all good.
It doesn't matter. It's just we're out here to get on the radio. And wow.
It's just like the newer, like he just found us, and it was like, oh, I thought this whole, because he asked Paul how much power he was running. And Paul was like, 1,200 or whatever it was. He could have been more. I don't know. I don't remember. But so that was kind of, he was disappointed. And it was just that he was kind of new, and we needed to teach him. And it's a good lesson for us, too, that we always kind of need to reset, because I think people are thinking that this is just a group that believes in 100 watts only. And I think 100, antenna. I think it's great. Steve has aluminum up there, he's 20, he's got a beam antenna, he can drop 1,400 watts on your head. Yep, I understand that confusion, but even if we did believe only 100 watts and a wire, I would still open the door to everybody, so that was kind of the point, and I said, it's your hobby, do what you want. This is, this all ties together around what started as a podcast, so anyway, I figured I'd share that. You could probably read about it. And a couple guys came to the defense of the show and to me, and I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. He's just a newer guy. He thought it was a 100 watts only event. And I think when it started out, the tune-up and the fallout really were. But then we noticed...
the first few, we kind of we're all going to run 100 watts. We're not going to run any power. And then it was like...
Because other people didn't have portable stations.
Right.
People didn't feel included because they didn't have an extra radio. And then it was like, well, let's just open up the door and get on the air kind of deal. So nobody's really right or wrong.
I deal with it every week. It's just like, wow, for 100 watts. And like, no, I'm not running 100 watts. And but it is. And then I explained to them it's the name of the podcast, and our stream here, and that, most of the time they get it, but I can hear the disappointment. And I thought this was 100 watts only. I'm running 100 watts, and you're running. It's like, hey,
especially when they work you from so far away,
exactly
that kind of stuff. It's all good, everybody, but everybody's welcome. I think the people that have been around the longest really know that. And they're the ones that are like, just check out the podcast. You'll realize that everybody's, I mean, I did the most uncool thing probably in the ham radio world and did a show on being inclusive, and accessible and inclusive. It was what people are probably like, bleh. But it's true. From the beginning, it was everybody's welcome, period. Mm-hmm. And from CBers to whoever, to shortwave listeners. Come on, it's radio, right? So anyway, that was that little story. Nobody's mad at anybody. It was just one of those things that remind me that we kind of have to reset. And you do it I hear you on the air all the time, and so there you go. It's not a mandate on power or looking at anybody else in a different way. But we've got a lot of friends here that have stopped by and shared their evening with us, Steve. So I'm going to take a moment to say hello, and then we'll check in with our net. We've got three operators.
Mike, N3WS, a 10-watt guy. So, we're doing good.
We got a Whiskey 1 Tango. I'm sorry, Steve. Whiskey 1 Tango Romeo Kilo. You're 5'9". Thanks for coming by in Missouri. Marty is here. KM6 PRA 5'9". Thank you for reminding everybody. Hit the thumbs up, and whoever owns the world of Google, that does help the algorithm there. But it's okay. I don't make money on YouTube. It's fine. It's all right. I'm just happy that you're here. Wes is here. He's our tractor trailer big rig driving guy.
Yep.
He said
one of the things Wes has been doing, and everybody kind of keep an ear out, is he has been trying to set up portable operations. He's done it a few times with if he stays the night at the rest area. As you know, truck drivers have to have X number of hours downtime, like 10 hours or something. Okay. They have to be off the road. And so there's a couple of ways drivers can, deal with their downtime. Well, Wes has chose to get out of the truck, set up in a rest area, and set up an antenna and kind of work like parks on the air. Well, the other day here, just recently, not too far from here, from where I'm located, we have right on the edge of the Hanford Nuclear Reservation, there is a rest area that is actually it's an actual park. And so Wes set up there the other night and operated from there. So keep an ear out for Wes, and he might start a new trend, rest areas on the air. But hey, but it's he'll be on 40 meters, and I think 20 is probably going to be, going by the wayside. But it'd be kind of cool if a lot of drivers did that. They, take their rig out of their truck, set it up on a bench, string an antenna, and what a way to promote the hobby, because you're in a rest area. All these people are coming and going. They're going to be curious. Hey, what are you doing here? And does the NSA know you're doing this? And then you can promote the hobby and stuff like that. So keep an ear out for Wes and others that will probably be doing it here as time goes on.
Doing a little spotting now. I hope I'm doing a little bit of spotting. I'll get Uncle Paul spotted up. He usually has a big enough signal that he doesn't need that much help getting spotted, but I like to do it anyway and do it for our other folks. And if you follow along on NetLogger on Sundays as you listen to this podcast, know that on Sundays, if you're free, come and join us and hang out if you want to. We get on the air after the show and do a little thing. But tonight we've got a 20 with 40 meter FT8 is happening, and sometimes we do more, and Steve and I will be on the air here shortly. Paul is now on 72 19, so we'll get him spotted up.
Perfect. And well, if you would like to try it, and just let us know, and we'll slide you in. We'll find a spot for you to do it, and give it a try. Spread your wings and try to be in net control. It's not that hard. It's real easy, and it's a lot of fun, and you get to meet some really great people on the air.
Chris is here tonight. Whiskey 1 Tango Romeo Kilo. Hello to you, Chris. We've got Chris. Tango Oscar Mike November 3 Whiskey Sierra is stopping by. I got to work him on Friday night. He's probably in that video somewhere, I think, unless my Wi-Fi broke up, which was a little
Yep. I worked Mike too.
Paul is here.
was
Victor
cool.
Alpha 6 Tango Victor Alpha. He's here. Hello. Mark is in Maryland. Good evening to you, sir. Good to see you. Scotty is here. That's Kilo Charlie 3 Bravo X-Ray November. We've got Big Ben is here tonight. He does a lot of traveling. He's in the Discord to let us know what he's doing. John is here. Whiskey 1 Juliet Golf Mike. Hello, hello. And it goes on and on. Scott is here as well. Hello to you. Steven. I hope I didn't miss too many people. DJ's here. DJ. Whiskey 1 United Echo Delta.
Mr. DJ.
Here again.
What's happening,
tonight.
buddy?
So in just a little bit, we're going to be taken to the air. Steve and I will take a break. Because we're a little older. We have to take a break so we can. You want to get it out of there and clear out the space. But looking around now for our friends that have joined us here tonight live on the live stream, there's Uncle Paul's. He will drop 1,200 watts right on top of you without any delay. But
600 per stone. And
600 600 per stone. And if you catch him after the shower, you'll be lucky. If he's been working in the garden all day, you got a problem. But there he is, Uncle Paul. Oops, I think we dropped off somebody. We lost somebody, it looks like. That's okay. But here we've got
Dwayne. Yeah.
We lost Dwayne here. That's okay. And
Yeah.
now we're in Kilo Charlie 0 Delta Whiskey Zulu.
Don.
He's in Minnesota. And Minnesota's
Working
running
on 20 meters.
Yes, sir. All right, but thank you, Sir Pinky K9 Lima Romeo Golf for checking in. And maybe we could try to take a call. You want to try to take a call? We got Farmer Rex is on the line. Let's see. We have to unmute. We will unmute you. And Rex, you copy us tonight?
Line 5. Farmer Rex.
Farmer Rex, soybean boy, go. Are you there, Rex? Rexy.
He just took off.
Yeah. He's like, soybean boy.
Soybean boy. I got your
I got
soybean
your
boy.
damn soybeans. Literally, here's your box of cereal, jerk. All right, well, all right, that's okay. That's all right. He's hanging out there. If you have Discord and you want to go in there, there's a room there. It's called a waiting room, and we can bring you in live. But really, thank you all so much for participating. It's nice to hear the stations on the air. It was really hard to get a space. I mean, Friday, Saturday was really tough, and today the guys in Pennsylvania were really cooking. So I was impressed with Pennsylvania and that QSO party. They really had a strong presence. But, people got out there, they exercised, and hopefully you learned a little something about your rig. That's one of the things that I've tried to... In the early days, I assembled all this crap. I'm like, I acquired this, and I'll need this, and, it's like the whole sink or whatever. And then I spent time trying to refine it, to try to bring it down. Here's Dwayne. We can probably show his. Is he in there? He's in there. Where's he at? I got no video. That's okay. But I think it's always a challenge to get out there, and I always tie in some sort of scenario with what I'm doing. Whether it's like I'm here, I need to do this. I've been deployed, or whatever you cook up in your mind that challenges you. I've always tried to get things a little faster. Get them up, get them down a little faster than I did the time before. But really, trying to edit, bringing all this stuff. That's the hard part, Steve.
Oh, yeah. That is the hard part. So a little update. So it was in the Discord. So come and join in the Discord. I built an antenna. And... then it was like me.
Yeah, we want one. I want one. No, me. Yeah, what did you build? There's pictures there. We could show them. Maybe next week we'll bring those pictures in and show them to our friends who join us on Sundays.
Yep, 160 meter double bazooka. Cranked one out in the shop the other day. Man. It's all on the table, and then it was like, okay. I went to go start deploy it, and I was like, oh no. Because the way I have things set up and standoffs that are set up off on the tower, it was like, I just put up this 40 to 10 meter OCF that I got temporarily strung up between the two towers. That's in the way. Then my 40 meter double bazooka, that's in the way.
Oh, man.
So I was like, I got to bring those guys down, and I got to bring the 40 down anyway because I want to redo the cable support. So I used so between the two double bazookas, I was using a Pressix on one, another using mule tape on the 40. Well, guess what slipped? The mule tape. So it needs to come down, and I need to redo that cable support, and then and at that time, then I'll be putting up the 160. So hope to have it up here in the next few days, or at least by the weekend. That by next weekend, have it up and tested, and we'll
bring your results.
160.
Oh my! Will we play, man? You know, and when all the contesting is going on, it's not really happening there. I mean, if I switched on 160 right now, you're going to see 3 or 4, maybe 5 frequencies, but there's plenty of room. It's just, do you have enough space to put one up? Do you do a vertical? It's not. They call it the gentleman's band. Not that I believe that anything gentlemanly is always happening on this band, mind you. It's just people who can have a little bit of space or can do this. It's almost like the lucky band. You know, you're lucky enough to have a little bit of space so you can do it. I'm pulling my wire through the trees. We all know about my issues. Steve's got a tower. He's got some space, but he's got other antennas up there, so he does have he has to figure out
have my
what
issues.
Yes. It'll be great.
So yeah, it was like, oh geez, I didn't factor that in, and it's like, okay, no big deal. It needs to come down anyway, so it worked out. It's going to work out pretty good, but yeah, that's one big antenna.
Yes, sir.
There was a lot of good thing. I have a nice long driveway to lay stuff out on.
And those legs. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
When I laid those legs out before me, I better not talk about it now. I would like you all, the folks that are joining us now live, thank you so much. Thank you to our podcast listeners who take it with them wherever they go. So much love and appreciation for all of you. If you're here tonight in the chat watching this from somewhere, open another browser, go to 100 Watts and a Wire, and get ready to queue up the post-show air check. This is when Steve and I will get on the air. We'll take your calls. A little more casual. We'll be on the radio, but the stream will just go to YouTube. So we'll end the show here. The old fellas, the old-timers, Uncle Christian. And who's in the bathroom? Who? What are you doing in there? Snap the rope. Get out of there. Come on. I pissed my pants. Too late. So anyway, we'll do that. We'll reset here. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you all very much. And
thank you, everyone.
The participation is a lot of fun. It's really a good excuse just to get out and get on the air if you can. And that's why we do it. The prizes are just something for you guys to give you a little bit of skin in the game, to kind of something to chase. I think is always kind of fun, a goal. And don't forget to submit your totals. Go to 100wattsandawire.com, click operating events, scroll down, and the form is there. Very simple. The information just comes to me. Your name is matched up with a number. My kids usually do the drawing.
Are they getting excited to give away prizes?
Yeah, they're like, let's give away more. And I'm like, I don't know. And they're looking around like, I don't think you need this. Like, hey, what you talking about?
Hey, Dad, there's that radio over there. Why don't we give that away?
The Drake TR7. Like, you're punished. Don't you ever. No, you have fun. So we'll see you. We'll wrap up things here. Appreciate you guys. Take care of yourselves and look after each other. And by all means, if you can, please try and stay above the noise. Kick them in the grill, Steve. I don't know what that means.
Take care, everyone. 7-3, and let's go do ham radio.
Let's do ham radio.
Bye-bye.
See you in a minute.
To join the 100 Watts and a Wire community, visit 100wattsandawire.com.